Online students, am I audible? Right. So let us start the discussion. Previous class. Seven AM. Under that flow control statements. As a part of that, purpose of flow control statements. You have seen it and you understood the flow control statements purpose is to perform certain operation only once in the case of true or false, or to perform certain operation repeatedly for a finite number of times until the test condition becomes false. So you have seen both the conditional as well as looping statements as a part of our session. And next we are going to enter into the index. If you observe once, the conditional statements done with the coding and looping statements also done with the coding done, and still that examples will be continued. And we are talking about transfer flow statements we'll discuss. Transfer flow statements. So here I'm going to discuss about transfer flow statements. So let us start understanding about transfer flow statements. How these transfer flow statements are. What is the use of these transfer flow statements? Important. So the name itself says transfer flow statements. The purpose of transfer flow statements is that to change the control of, to transfer the control of PVM from one part of the program to another part of the program, from one part of the program to one part of the from one part of the program to to another part of the program, For that purpose, we use this flow control statement, transfer flow control statements. When you look at the example, you can understand this meaning. So here we'll understand to change the control of PVM from one part of the program to another part of the program. In Python programming, we have four types of flow control statements. We have four types of control statements. They are number one, break. Number two, continue. Number three, pause. Number four, return. So these are the things which we are going to come across in the transfer flow statements. So we will discuss one by one what is this transfer flow control statements. One by one we will discuss. Online students, I hope you are following. So what is the use of transfer flow statements? To change the control of one part of the program to another part of the program. So how many are available? Four are available. Number one, break, continue, pause, and then return. So now we'll understand what is the break statement now. Let us start understanding about the break statement, which is a very easy. Let us start understanding about break statement here. Easy. Let us go to the program now. So break statement examples I want to discuss. Let us carefully follow now. So let us close this part, close this project, go to the new loops, the part of that we are discussing here. Let us close the previous examples. Now I'm going to enter into the further examples. I'll take new Python file, break statement example1.py, break statement example1.py. So let me put a requirement across here, program for demonstrating Program for demonstrating the need of break statement. Program for demonstrating the need of break statement. Come in. Program for demonstrating the need of break statement. Break statement. So here I'm writing break statement example 1.py. There I'm going to write it. In this case, let us s is equal to Python here. Carefully try to listen. S is equal to Python. Now I want to go for displaying every character, which I said already in the class. I want to display every character by using for loop. So by using for loop, I'm writing it. By using for loop, we are writing. So how do you display that, which I said already in the class? For ch in s, now I'll print the data. So \t and I'll write it dot format of ch. And I'm writing L spot here and I'm writing I am from L spot of if else if statement or for loop. I'm writing for loop I wrote it. So this is about simplest just what we discussed it previously. We are just showing as it is now. Let us run this code. Now see here. This is an output what we got it. This is an output what we got it. Carefully try to follow. This is an output. So completely loop is executed and a corresponding else part also executed. That's fine. So my requirement today is, now I'm coming to break statement related. My requirement today is to display like this. PYTH I want to display. PYTH without using indexing and slicing without using indexing as well as slicing without using indexing as well as slicing. My requirement today is to display PYTH without using indexing and slicing. So I hope you are just following this. So how we can display? How we can display? My dear student, 213124004 something. What is your problem, my dear student? Everybody is able to see. Everybody able to hear. Everybody is able to hear. Students in online, are you able to hear me? Are you able to listen me? Is my voice is clear? Everybody is saying clear. You are saying continuously not clear, not clear. Don't waste my time. Please take care. So coming to the point of it. So here I'm going to take up my requirement today is to display PYTH without indexing and slicing concept. Then how do you display? So there I'm going to take up something like this. Without indexing and slicing. How do you print it? Yes of, for example, if I want with a slicing, this requirement, how do you print it? A 0:4 I will write it. 0:4. 0, 1, 2, 3. 4 if I write it 0 to 3. Just try to run it. You are getting PYTH. Even I don't want index slicing. I'll go for what? S of 0 plus S of 1, S of 1 plus S of 2, S of 2 plus S of 3, S of 3. Try to run this now. We are getting the data called what? PYTH here also we are getting it. So this is about, we don't want to use it without indexing and slicing. So this is first small requirement I am using for demonstrating the concept of what? Break. Then how do you use it? Again, I am saying, when you are saying Python, what is the loop here? Already this loop is printed PYTHON, completely printed. So my requirement here is without using indexing and slicing, I want to print only PYTH. So this loop is designed for what? To display all the values of what? Yes. But I want what here? Only few letters of this loop I want to display. Few values of this loop I want to display. Means up to H I want to display. When O and N is coming, I don't want to display. So for that, what we do? For CH in S, I will take it. What is the first value? This is called S is equal to Python. This is S is equal to Python. What is the first value of CH? P, you print it. What is the second value of Y? You print it. Next also printed. Next also printed. Next when O comes after H, I don't want to display. So the loop says what? Complete 6 letters will be displayed. But here only 4 letters I want to display without using indexing and slicing. There I need to use break statement. It means up to H if we want to display. It means when O comes, I want to stop my loop execution. To stop the loop execution in middle of its execution, I must go for using break statement. So I must search for what? I must apply one condition here. When the letter O comes, I want to stop my execution. For that, I'm writing if CH is equal to what I'm doing, O. If CH is equal to O, when O comes, I want to terminate my execution of the loop. I want to stop executing the loop. To stop executing the loop in the middle of it, I will apply what? Break. Suppose the course is designed for 90 days. A course is designed for 90 days. After 30 days you are attending, you are not having the, you are having some other requirement, some other work is there. You want to take it break here. 90 days loop is designed and after 30 days you have some other work is there and you want to break this course. Breaking means what? In the middle of the execution, if I want to terminate, I will go for what? This type of break statement I'll apply. So if it is not, I will write it what here in else part or without else part, I will write it something like what? C backslash T and I'll write it dot format of what CH I'll write it. How this will work flow I'm going to take up. And else part also I will write it here. Else part also I will write it. Look at this carefully. CH in S flow I am saying the value of CH is called P. P is equal to O, false. It is coming to other statement and you need to have if statement complete knowledge. What the value printed there? P is printed. Next going to the loop again. What the value of next CH? Y. Y is equal to O, also false. Other statement for if statement and Y is printed. And the next is going to the loop again. What is the value of CH? T. T is equal to O, also false. Printing this T. And next going to this back, it is going to contain CH is equal to what? H. H is equal to O, false. It is printed H. And going to this loop back again, it is called O. O is equal to O is called true. Once it is true, it is called what? Break. Once it is break, loop PVM will not go to the loop again. PVM will simply come out of the loop and execute the other statements in the program. It won't execute even else part also because loop is becoming false. It will come to else, but it is loop is not finishing. In the middle of the execution only, you are coming PVM coming to other part of the program. That is nothing but what? Else part will not be executing. So break statement is used for terminating the execution of the loop when certain condition is satisfied. Break statement to be used always inside the loops only. For which purpose? To terminate the loop. So a loop is designed for 1 to 100 times to repeat. So 50 times only I want to repeat. 50 times only I want to repeat. From 51 time onwards, I don't want to repeat. So when my counter is called 51, I must apply what here? Break I will apply. So once we apply break, what will happen? it will come out of the execution without repeating 51 to 100. That is to be applied with what keyword? Break keyword. Now try to run this now. Here I'm going to get it only PYTH. If you want to print in the same line, I can write it. I can write it here. Format is equal to end is equal to, I can write it something like this. And if I write it, this line also will be printed at the end of that data. So it is printed PYTH. To bring back to this line next one, to bring back to this next one, I will use it here. One print off, I will write it so that it will be coming to the next line. PYTH is coming here. I hope you are following me. So what is this now? Here I wrote it like that. If you want, you can write even else part also. Here, if statement already over, if else is also already over, you can write like this also. PYTH is coming. So break statement to be used only inside the loop. What is the use of break statement? Break statement is used for terminating the execution of the loop in middle of its execution. Once break statement is taking place, PVM will totally coming out of the loop and execute the other statements in the loop, not the corresponding else part also, because else part will execute only when the loop is becoming false, it will execute like above one. This is a completely loop is false, this one is coming. But here break statement is not coming because break statement is present inside the loop. So if I run my code, beginning one you see, beginning one you see, for loop, total letters are printed. I am from else part of the loop. And the next is called what? PYTH, only few letters. Else part is not at all executing because the loop is not becoming false. I hope you are following. Online students, is it clear? Offline students, is it okay? Now, I'll move to the further. One more example, like while loop also I will show you. With the while loop, how to do it. One more example, multiple examples I will show you. Let me go to the second. With the while loop, how to do it also I will say. So break statement example 2.py. Break statement example 2.py. You try to carry this. You try to carry and try to paste it. And here I will remove this entire data and try to follow. Here I am going to say by using while loop, by using while loop. So you can use break statement in any of the loop. So loop means what? While loop means what? I will go for initialization. I will go for updation. I will go for condition, all those things. If you practice well, students, you will understand. If you don't practice, you will just look at only in the class. That is damn sure. Because some of the phases are like that. While I less than what? LAN of S and print of what, print of backslash t and a dot format of what, ch, I is equal to what I'm saying, I plus 1, and I will write else part also. There I'm writing print of what I'm writing. I am from, I am from else part of, else part of while loop, else part of while loop. So there I'm trying to take up print of writing like this. Print format of ch. So try to run this example. So I will write s of I, s of I. So you need to take up. The data is coming while loop, and here it is going to be python. I am from else part of the loop. This is already done in the previous classes. So you need to have initialization, test condition, incrementation, updation. This part already explained in the classes because at the time of while loop only, I said in the class very carefully, when you are using any loops, you must have the conclusions there. I said looping statement. This is compulsory. I said multiple examples on that area. I need not to tell again and again. So coming to this area, now I want to go for my requirement today is I want to display about like this. Same thing I want to display. So then how do you go for it? Same. So PYTH I want to display. Same thing. I is equal to 0. I'll go for this. Yes, is Python only as usual. while I am writing I less than ln of s, ln of s and all things you know, s of, I am going to write it, if s of I is equal to O. S of I is equal to O. I need to say what? Break. I need to say break here. So next I will write it. Print of, I will write it. I'll write it curly brace, or you can write simply S of I, comma, end is equal to some spacing. I can write it to print in the same line. Already in the output name I set. There I'm writing L spot, I'm writing L spot, I'm writing. There I'm writing something like this. This spot I'm writing it. And as another statement, I'll write this line. I'll write this line. So here, this is this closing line is another statement. Here also same thing. First time it is 0. Here S is going to be Python. S is going to be a Python here. S of 0, 0 value, 0 less than 6 true. S of 0 is called P. P is equal to O. It is false. Executing this part. Next is going to be increment the I value here. Increment the I value here. I value going to be 1 and 1 less than 6 true. S of 1 is called Y. Y is equal to 0 is O false. Coming to this place, Py printed. I is equal to I plus 1. It is a 2. 2 less than 6 true. S of 2 is called a T. T is equal to O false. Printing this line number 17. I plus 1, it is called 3. It is called H 3 less than this one. S of 3 is called H. H is equal to O, false. Printed H also. I plus 1, it is a 4. 4 less than 6 true. S of 4 is O. O is equal to O, break. Once you say break, it will come out and execute the other statements in the loop. It will not execute the corresponding else part. So you look at that example. So you got the answer cut PYTH. But this other statement is printed at the end only. To bring this line to the next line, I will say here print off. I'll write it. The print of things will bring to the new line. Now if you run it, PYTH is coming. We will come to the next line here. This is about the break statement information. I hope break statement is clear. Clear up? Now, online students, I hope it is clear. I'll show you the break statement small example here. Small note for notes purpose I will show. Transfer flow statements, break statement I am going to show you. Just look at that break statement, try to read out. Break is the keyword. Break keyword must be used always inside the loop. Otherwise, we get syntax error. When break comes, you have to use inside the loop only. You cannot use simply break statement. You will get simply syntax error. The purpose of break statement is that to terminate the execution of the loop logically when certain condition is satisfied. And the PVM control comes out of the corresponding loop and executes the other statements in the program. This is the most important statement. When break statement takes place inside the for loop or while loop, PVM will not execute the corresponding else block because PVM loop is not becoming false because in the middle only it is becoming false, but it executes other statements in the program. So there for syntax number 1, variable name in iterable object, some inside the loop, some condition and break applied. While loop syntax number 2, while test condition 1, if test condition 2, again break you are applying it. This is also used inside the loop. This is also used inside the loop. This is a very important. Very regularly it is going to come across in the programming. So this is one thing. Next example I want to show you. Look into this student. Another example I want to go for it. See that now I'm going to use it. One more example here. Break statement example 3. Any doubts on this area? Any doubts? No. Online students. Now I'm going to enter into this part here. Break statement example 3 I'm going to take up. S is equal to, now take care. I'm going to raise my doubt. Mississippi, Mississippi, this is my data. Mississippi is my data. Now I want to display, my requirement is to display MISS. My requirement is to display MISS only. MISS only. My requirement is to display MISS. MISS. This I want to display. What is happening in that case? I. When I comes, I need to stop it. MISS means what? First of all letters. No indexing, no slicing. Without using indexing and slicing. But here MISS only I want to print it. MISS only I want to print. That means when I comes, I want to stop it. When I means already one I is there or not. So that time how to do it? That is a big question here. For CH in where? Yes. If I write it, print of CH here, it will print all the values. It will print all the values, MISS, everything. But my requirement today is MISSI, MISS. So if I write it, CH is equal to I, if I write it, what is happening? Suppose if I apply break, what is happening now? Otherwise, I will write it. Print of what? CH. Print of CH. I'm just applying like this. And I'm just printing only what? M only. Because when first I is coming, it is stopping here itself. First time M is coming, which is a false, printing M here. Next is going to the next value. Also going to the next value. What is happening next? It is going to be Anjaneyulu, Seema Anjaneyulu, and 1240, etc. Everything is perfect. We are having tester also here. Testing, everything is perfect. Please check at your side. Internet stability. Internet stability from your side. When you are not getting, don't put your message immediately. It is everything is perfect here. We made it very everything very well equipped here. Please check it your side. Don't put your problems on the screen. Now, print of CH. Now coming to the point back, this is a data M. Now I want to print it what? MISS I want to print. Now how do you plan it out? Come on now. How do you plan it out? What is the I you want to take it? When second I is coming, I want to stop it. When first I, when you stop it, only one M is coming. But my requirement is to stop which I? Second I. Second I want to go for it. So how we can take care of it? That is the question mark. How do you take care about it? How do you take care about it? Any questioning here? Now I'm going to write one beautiful logic. If CH is equal to I, CH is equal to I, CH is equal to I. What is happening? That time I will count one counter variable. I will take one counter variable. So this is a very particular situation I'm talking about it. Particular situation I'm talking. Counters, count is equal to 0. When I is coming, I'm writing CNT is equal to what I'm doing? CNT plus 1 I'm doing it. CNT plus 1 I'm doing it. After that, next I'm going to check it over there. What is the counter variable of that? What is the counter variable of that? If CNT is equal to what? I. What is the counter variable here? 1. Next is how much is the next? If CNT is equal to what here? CNT is equal to what here? 2 I am writing. When 2 is coming, what should I say? Break. Now, it is going to be doing what here? In this case, what I am doing now? CH I am writing. End is equal to some space I am writing it. Then what is happening? You try to understand. CNT. First value CNT is equal to 0 because this strikes you need to get it. This type of knowledge you need to get it. Second I am looking for. First what is coming? CNT is equal to 0. What is the value of CH? M. M is equal to I. False. Coming to where? Coming to where? Next one it is coming. Ninth one it is coming. What is the CNT? First of all, if statement. Not satisfied. Go to the next if statement. What is the next if statement? 0 is equal to what? 2. It is called what? False. It is going to print what? Other statement. What is the other statement? CH is printed. What is the CH is printed? M. Which is going to the loop. What is the value of CH? I. I is equal to I. 2. What is the CNT is equal to CNT plus 1? 1. It is after that it is going to other statement. Already if statement concept is necessary to remember. What is the CNT value? 1 is equal to 2. False. What is the value printed? I. I. I is printed. Go to the next. What is the value of CH? Yes. S is equal to I. False. S is equal to I. False. CNT is how much? 1. 1 is equal to 2. Also false. Printed what? Yes. Going to the loop. What is the value of CH? Yes. S is equal to I. False. I is CNT is what? 1 is equal to 2. False. Printed what again? Another yes. Next going to the CH. What is the next CH? I. I is equal to I. It is true. CNT is equal to CNT plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now next going to the another one. Here I am writing CNT 2 is equal to 2. What is that? Break. Once you say break, it is coming out of that without executing the rest of the statements. That is going to be here. If statement is most useful. We should go for what? If statement I am writing. Print of, you can write it at the end of it. So let us run this concept. Let us run this concept. I got it, MISS. And the line is also coming over there. You try to write it like this. Without practicing anything, if you try to sit in the class, nothing will come out of that. I think which is more clear about the multiple letters when it is available, how to print it, I said. So this is an output, you got it. I think you got it. What is the importance of break statement? The same thing you can apply with what also? While loop also you can apply. I think, are you okay? Right. This is about break statement. Concept is there and then multiple examples done. Now I want to go for, this is about previous one. Separate unique letters are available. Here unique letters are available with Python for loop I said, with while loop also I said, with multiple duplicate letters are there. How do you take care about that kind of thing? I'm taking about this. So this is about the concept of break statement, how to apply by counter variable, even by keeping in the mind, we can go for it. Okay, write down, open the notes, write a Python program, write a Python program. Now I'm going to show some more examples on break statement. Write a Python program which will accept a numerical integer value, 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 and decide whether it is, and decide whether it is, and decide whether it is, decide whether it is prime or not, decide whether it is prime or not, decide whether it is prime or not, prime or not. I'm going to the next level examples in the break statement. Next level examples in the break statement. Let us go to the prime numbers. Important prime numbers. So let us go to the prime number definition. What is the prime number definition? Logic development I'm talking. Logic development. Come on, what is the prime number definition which you know? Prime number is one which is divisible by, which is divisible by, divisible by one and itself. One and itself. That is known as what? Prime number. So if I take an example, take an example. So case number one I'm taking. N is equal to what I'm doing? 5. N is equal to 5. So 5 is called what? Number 1 is divisible by 1 and itself only. Any number is prime number which is divisible by 1 and itself only. So 5 is divisible by what? 1 and itself only. That means 1 and itself. 1 and itself. But 5 is divisible by 1. Yes, it is true. 5 is divisible by 5. It is true. Both of them remainders are zeros. Now, to test it practically, okay, mathematically you are okay. But what are the numbers lying within that? What are the numbers lying within that? 2, 3, 4. Carefully try to follow. So 1 and itself I don't want to check with. 1 and itself I don't want to check with. But my counter variable starts from where? Second, third, and then what? Fourth. So I need to start going from where? Second onwards. Second. So I value is starting from where? Second. Any number is given for prime. You need to start verifying from other than 1 and itself. Is 5 divisible by 2? False. Go increment that I value. Is 5 divisible by 3? Also false. Increment. Is 5 divisible by 4? False. 5 incrementing to 5. And 5 I don't want to check. Then I can declare 5 is what? Prime. 5 is prime. 5 is prime. Next case, this is called what prime. Prime. So case number 2, I am going to take it. Case number 2. N is equal to what? 9. If I take it 9, 9 is also going to be 1 divided by 1 and itself, but I cannot declare it as a prime number. So what is my logic to verify? 1 and 9 is okay. I should not check with 1 and 9. I should not check with 1 and 9. I should check from where? 2, 3. I need to go for 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These things only I want to check it out. These things only I want to check it out. So these things only I want to check it out. So how can you check it out? Start from where? 2 onwards. Don't start from 1. Don't start end with 9. You start from 2. So my counter variable starts from 2. Is 9 divisible by 2? Divisible means what? Remainder is 0. Is 9 divisible by 2? False. Increment I value. Is 9 divisible by 3? Yes. Yes means what should I do? I should not continue 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then I will apply immediately what? Break I will apply. This is a real use of break statement here. I will apply immediately break statement I will apply. So here when 3 is coming, I want to break it. I don't want to continue my loop. So what is my loop is actually for I in range of 2 comma n. 2 comma n means 2 to n minus 1. So that I will check it 2 to n minus 1. I don't want to check with 1. I don't want to check with n also. 2 to n means 2 to n minus 1 will be taken. There I need to write the logic. I think you are understanding the real use of that. This is called what here? Not prime. We applied what here? Break statement we applied. Let me go to the program execution here. Very, very important. Break statement example 4.py. So go to that break statement example 4.py, 4.py. There I am going to write it. Here I am writing 4.py. So there I will take it. Program for demonstrating prime number, demonstrating whether the given number is, whether the given number is prime or not, is prime or not, right? I'll take it. N is equal to int of input of enter a number, enter a number, enter a number for for enter a number for deciding whether it's prime or not. What should I do? Prime number starts from where? I think so, mathematics. Prime number starts from 2 onwards. Prime number starts from 2 onwards. So I will write it what? If n less than or equal to 1, less than or equal to 1. What is this now? Is invalid input. Is invalid input. Dot format of what? N. Now I'm writing here else part. What should I do in else part? I need to write the logic for deciding whether it is a prime or not. What is my logic says? 1 and itself. Don't start with 1. Don't end with n. So need to start from where? For I in the range of 2 comma n. First you print that whether I'm able to do that I value or not. Check it out first. I'll say something like, 5. 5 means what? 2, 3, 4, I will check. And you go for 9. 9 you take it. 9 means what? 2 to 8 only I'm checking. Anything you enter, you say something like 3, you'll check with only 2, not with 1 and not with 3. So if you change your logic, 1 comma n plus 1, if I write it, it is there in your hands only. If I say 5, 1 and 5 is there. 1 and 5 I don't want. If I say 9 here, 1 and 9 is coming. But I don't want to go for what? 1 and 9. So 2, and I will write what? N. First of all, to write that, to do any problem solving, first you need to know subject. What subject? For loop, how it works, if statement, how it works, while statement, how it works. First, you need to have a subject knowledge and need to understand the problem. Then solution can be prepared. Problem not understanding, syntax is forgetting. If you try to look at the code, impossible. Generally, 90% students will do what? Subject they don't remember, problem they don't understand. They will look at the code. They won't understand the code. To understand the code, first of all, we must know the syntaxes completely. Good practice is required, then only you can remember syntaxes. Otherwise, you cannot remember. So, for I in range of 2 comma n, done. Next, what I will do? I will check here. What is that checking? N percentage I is equal to 0. N percentage I is equal to 0. 9 you take it. 9. 9 means what? I should not start with 1. I should not start with 1. I should not start with 9. I should not start with 1. I should not start with 9. I have to start taking from where? 2. And I have to go for ending with what? Up to 8. Up to 8 I want to go for it. 3. Like that I just want to go for thinking something like this. Carefully try to follow. There I am going to write it. N percentage I is equal to 0. What is the value of n? 9. 9 percentage 2 is equal to 0 is what? False. False means it is going to the loop only. It is going to the loop. Value of I is called what? 3. 3. 9 percentage 3 is equal to 0. True. That is the remainder is 0. What should I say? Break I need to write it. I need to write here as break. Once you say break, what will happen? It will come out of the for loop. And I will print it as what? I'll print it as what? Otherwise, I will print it as what? Remainder is 0. What the given number is? Not prime. So I'll write it here. Careful. I'll change this code. I'll change this code. Is not prime. I'll change the code completely. Just I'm doing the test work here. N. Try to run it carefully. Out of the for loop. That is the out of the for loop. I am writing not prime. Try to run. So here I am saying 9. 9 is not prime. You say something like 15, you take it. 15. 15. 2 to 4, 15. 2 to 15 means 2 to 14. First value is called what? 2. 15 percentage 2 is called what? Some students don't know percentage also. 2 7 are 14. What is the 1? 1. The 1 is substituted in place of percentage. Even in your class only keeping question mark by seeing this. For modulus operator already completed. So 15 percentage 2 is 1. 1 is equal to 0. False. False means it is simply going to the for loop. What is the value of that? 3. N percentage I is equal to 0. It is nothing but what? 15 percentage 3 is equal to 0. True. 15 means like this. 3. 3 5 are 15. It is called 0. 0 is equal to 0 means what? Break. Break. Once it is break, it is coming out of the loop. And saying 15 is not prime. And print this 15 is not prime. And say here 4 is not prime. That's perfect. Now say 16 is not prime. That's perfect. And now the story starts. 3. 3. What is the 3 here? Start the looping now. What is the looping here? Careful. I. 2 to 3. That means 2 to 3 minus 1. That is a 2 only will come. 3% is 2 is equal to 0. False. Go to where? Loop. What is the loop is here? What is the value of this loop? మీరంతా వేస్ట్ అసలు మీరంతా కంపల్సరీ వేస్ట్ అసలు. రేంజ్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ వాట్? మొత్తం వేస్ట్. ఆఫ్లైన్ స్టూడెంట్స్ అంతా వేస్ట్ అసలు. 2 to what? 3 I said. What the loop is going to take? So 2 to 2 only. It will take how many times? One time only it will execute. One time only it will execute. What is this now? ఏమవుతుంది అదే? మీరంతా వేస్ట్ అసలు. It is a false. False means it is coming to the other statement in the statement. What is the answer is coming? Not prime. But 3 is a prime. So this answer is wrong. If you don't read and come, you are wasted. మీరు ఎక్కడైనా పని చేయండి పోయి. So 3 is not prime. Already range concept explained so perfectly. And if you keep ఈ పిత్ర మొఖాలు వేసుకొని చూస్తే నాకు ప్రాబ్లం అవుతుంది. So 3 is not prime. Now I'll say something like what? 5. 5 is not prime. Actually 5 is a prime. Now I'll go to 4. Now I'll go to 14. Now I'll go to 17. 17 is a prime, but answer is not prime. So this answer is giving wrong here. Now if I write it, prime if I write it, prime. If I not, I am removing. Run this. Here I am going to write it. Something like 3 is a prime. Next is called what? 5. 5 is prime. These answers are coming. Now I'll write 7. 7 is prime. 11 is prime. No problem. Next I'm going to take up. I will take it as 9. 9 is actually not prime, but it is printing it is a still prime only. It is prime. It is the wrong answer. Now I'll go for what? Something like 4. 4 is prime. It is the wrong answer. Now I am going to say 16 is what? Prime. It is the wrong answer. How we can take care? This statement is not a correct placed statement. What to do? That is my decision making now. This is called one model of examples. When percentage is equal to 0, when remainder is equal to 0, what I want to display? What I want to display? Not prime. So one variable I will take it, there I will preserve in the variable. Suppose you are coming to my interview room. Outside people don't know whether you selected or not. What I will do? I'll put a stamp, selected. I'll put a stamp, not selected. Then they will understand that whether selected or not. So when the remainder is 0, I will write here what? Not prime I am writing. Not prime I am writing. When remainder is 0, RES is equal to not prime. What about when completely it is not equal to 0? In the beginning, I will take RES is equal to prime I am taking. Prime. Beginning, I am assuming prime. When remainder is 0, I am making it as what? Not prime. This is also one more beautiful model. My result is what? Prime. I am assuming. But when remainder is 0, that RES I am updating as what? Not prime. Start the answer now. Start the answer. 4. It is a 4. RES not prime కాదు ఇక్కడ కావాల్సింది నాకు లూప్ ట్రేసింగ్ కావాలి. I need the tracing. If you say not prime, nobody will look at your face also. They will look at your flow. They will look at the way of writing the coding. 4. Look at that. RES is equal to what? Prime. Else part it is coming. RES is containing right now prime. I am assuming. N. I in range of 2 to N. 2 to 4. 2 to 4 means 2 to 3. And 2 and 3 that will execute. 2 times it will execute. 4% 2 is equal to 0. False. ఎందుకని మీరు అసలు మీరు దేని పనికిరారు అసలు. So coming to this, RES is equal to what? Not prime. 4% 2 is equal to what? 0. This remainder is called 0. Is equal to 0. 0 is equal to 0. True. True. What is the answer? True means what? RES is equal to not prime. Earlier it was prime. Now I am updating it as a not prime and say what? Break. Once you say break, it is coming out of the loop. What I am printing simply, I am writing just like this. I am writing dot format of n comma res. N comma res. This is in the case of not prime. Take the example one more. N is equal to 5. N is equal to 5. What is the RES value? Prime. I in range of 2 to 5. 2 to 5 means 2, 3, 4. 3 times loop is executing. I is 5 percentage 2 is equal to 0. False. No break statement, nothing. It is coming to this. Still RES is what? Prime only. Keep in mind. What is the value of I? 3. 5 percentage 3 is equal to 0. False. Going to the if statement again back. No break statement. Still that time what was RES? Prime only. What is the value of I? 3. 4. 5 percentage 4 is equal to 0. False. Going to the loop only. Still that time RES was what? Prime only. What the loop is becoming? False. 2 to 4 I said. 2, 3, 4. Over. False. It is coming to where? Other statement in the for loop. What is that printed? N 5. What is the RES? Prime is printed. Already it was printed not prime in other case. Now run this now. Say 5 prime. Say the value called 9. Say the value called what? 9 is not prime. This type of intelligence is not describable in words. This type of logic, you take any of the BTech students outside, they don't know anything. Layman's completely. Complete layman's. They don't know anything. You have to remember. And understanding logics is not a joke. Understanding logics is just like a God-given gift. And faculty should support and students should have the knowledge. These are all things should take place. And as far as here is concerned, we are full support and you are having knowledge. If you are talented, you will get it. If you are not talented, we can't do anything. Talent will come only by reading, by responding. So now I am going to take it something like 11. 11 is prime. Next is called something like 17. 17 is prime. And I will write something like 15. 15 is not prime. You say something like 23. 23 is prime. You say something like 22. 22 is not prime. You enter whatever you like it. You say 53. You say 53. 53 is prime. You say something like 4. 4 is not prime. You say 1. 1 is called what? Invalid input. Invalid input. You say minus 45. Invalid input. This is called what? Prime number deciding. Now, in further, when I come to nested loops concept, I'll tell you, with I will enter the 10. With the 10, I want to print the prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7, I will enter. These are the prime numbers I will enter. These are the prime numbers I will display. If I enter the number called 20, within that I want to display the prime numbers. 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13, and 17, 19. These are the prime numbers I want to print in the range. This is called one model. I think you are following me. This is one model. Another model is using while loop also you can do the same thing. Using while loop also you can do the same thing. So let us go to how to do using while loop. So I'm going to take a 5.py. Actually, I need not to tell you these many models. Just I want to make you good. If you are interested, you just respond. If you are not talented, if you are so lazy in understanding, nobody can solve your future. So this is the one I am taking. With while loop, I want to take it. How do you take with the while loop? That is the question here. As usual, when while loop comes, obviously, I already said three important things I need to take up. I said initialization I need to take. I is equal to 2 onwards I need to take. And I need to write while I less than n I need to take. I less than n means it will take less than n means what? If I take it 5, it will be 5 less than 5, it is false only. 4 less than 5 only true, 5 less than 5 is becoming false. So there I will write it. If n percentage I is equal to 0, then I already said I will apply what? Break. And at the same time, RES is equal to prime I am taking here. And here I am writing RES is equal to 0. RES is equal to what I am writing? Not prime I am writing here. I am saying break and coming out of that same to same. And I need to increment the I value also, students. I value where I am incrementing I is equal to I plus 1. I am incrementing parallel to if statement, not inside the break. This part you need to know. How if statement will execute, you need to know. Generally, students will do what? They don't understand why SAR is written if. Already what is explained? If concept is explained already in the class. These are all your problems, what I'm saying it. These are all your problems, what you are facing it. Because of lack of reading and all those things. Already I said this if statement. How it is explained? So perfectly. If parallel is what? Other statement. Generally they will forget and they won't understand the statement. Why SAR is written here? They won't understand. If you practice and come and read, come and everything, this is nothing. Okay. So, because I'm not pinpointing to somebody, those who are not preparing well, those who are not doing well, that is my botheration that you are with your own hands, you are going out of order. In this class, if you take some girls and some boys, because Saturday a lot of people are absent, we can't do anything. Even they, you will look at the code, but you won't understand. Why? Lack of practice. So take care and try to build by yourself good feature and a dot format of n comma res. Because if you don't improve in my class, that is the last part, lifelong last part of it. Because you already completed your engineering, nothing is there to do. This is only the last part of the subject. So try to run this. Now see that I'll say 13. 13 is prime. You say 14 and 14 is not prime. You say something like 5 prime. You say something like 6 not prime. You say something like, something like 73, you say 73 is called what? Prime. So you say any number which is less than 4, negative number, invalid input. You say only 2, 2 is also prime. 2 is also prime. Now you just say here I is 2, 2 less than 2, false. 2 less than 2 false. RES is prime. Straightforward it will come here. 2 is prime, it will say. Right? This is about the concept of it. When you come to this place, for loop program, if I say 2, it is also prime. How the for loop is? RES is prime. Or for I in range of what? 2 to 2. 2 to 2 means what? 2 to 1 it will become. Beginning only this will become false. It will come to what? N is 2 is prime, you will get it. This is related to what? Prime number with while loop I said, with for loop also I said. I hope it is more clear. And if we come to this place, see for example, I wrote like this. Let me go for one more thing. Is it necessary to write prime and like this? Is there any other alternative? Like this, I'm going to try to write it. 6.py. These are all thoughts will come automatically. These thoughts to come, you need to have to work out lot of hard working. So 6.py. What I'm doing now, this RES you remove. This RES also you remove. What I do? This definitely one kind of what is required. Decision making is required. When you break it, what is the decision? What is the decision? Not prime. When it is not breaking, it is a prime. So when you came to inside the cabin for interview, I'll keep in your hand, true, I will keep it. True means what? Selected. In your hand, I will write false. False means what? That is outside people will decide whether you are selected or not. When I come out of the while loop, I will decide whether it is prime or not. That's why I will take up what you know. Here I am writing RES is equal to, I am taking true, I am taking. When it is going to come to this place, RES is equal to false. Why false? When zero denominator, I'm making prime as what? False. When it is not equal to 0, RES still remains as what? True only. Come on now. 9 you take it. 9. 9. What is the I? 2. What is the RES? True. What is the I less than n? 2 less than 2 less than 9. True. 9 percentage 2 is equal to 0. False. Go to where? I is equal to I plus 1. I is what? 3. Go to the while loop. 3 less than 9. True. 9 percentage 3 is equal to 0. True. True means what? RES is equal to what? False. RES is equal to false. What are you applying? Break. You are applying break. Once you say break, it is coming out of what? While loop. There I need to write a decision here. What I'm writing a decision, generally like previous, if you write it, print of what is like this if I write it. Dot format of n comma res if I write it. N comma res if I write it. See what is happening. I will have this. Here I am writing 9. What is that? 9 is false. If I write it, 5, 5 is true. 5 is true, but true and false is not the case. There I need to write the one beautiful logic. What is that? Here I am writing some R is equal to, I will write one ternary operator, I will write it. If else statement also you can write it. What is the ternary operator? Try to remember if you remember. I am saying that not prime, not prime when if RES. If RES, else prime I am writing. And these are all called expertism in coding. And if you read the notes and come, what is if RES? RES is what? Either true or if RES is containing what? True. It will simply go to which side? Expression 1 and assigned it to what? R. If RES is false, it will go to else part and print what? R. Now I'll write it something like this. Is like this. Dot format of n comma r. N comma r. Let us run this code. Say 9. 9 is prime. 9 is not prime. So 9 is not prime, I need to say. RES is here. Here I need to write. Here not. Reverse I need to do. Reverse I need to do. Reverse. So let us go to that. This is called a 9. 9 is not prime. Say 5. 5 is called what? Prime. So I need to write it here 7. 7 is prime. And 8 is what? Not prime. You say 2. 2 is what? Prime. And you say minus 4 invalid input. Like that. Say something like, 11 is what? Prime. So this is called one more type of logic. This is one more type of logic. One more type of logic you can write with what? If else statement also you can write it. If else statement also you can write it. 7.py you are writing. 7.py. You try to carry this. You can write like this. You can. This is the one you are writing. You can write this part also. What you can write after that? If RES, you are writing, simply I will write it. Here I am writing is what are you writing? Prime. Not a format of n. Simply I will write n. Simply I will write. Else I will write it. And this also I will write it. This also I will write it. Is not prime, I will write it. So try to run this. Same. It's called 11. 11 is prime. You say something like 15. 15 is not prime, I said. And you try to run like this. 2. You got it. Here I am writing something like minus 5 is invalid input. But here I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4 lines I wrote it. But here I write only simply one line. Simply one line I wrote it. That's why coding is always a sweet in the life, which is beautiful career will come. If no coding, only computer science engineering is completed, no jobs will come 100%. That is what people are suffering outside. So that is what people are getting outside. So coming to the point of it, so this is the one. Even your parents are earning lot of money. Even if you try to eat without any job, one day he'll also will be reduced, right or not? So in one day becoming very poor. So try to improve your career, follow well. I think this is more clear about what concept of break statement. Are you okay? So if you want, you can write it directly this statement here itself. In this place, you can write it directly. You can write that statement there itself. I can say, go to the place. These are all break statement is not one day topic. It is a regularly continuation topic. It is an 8.py. I'll take up this entire thing. You can take it. Here I will write it. This part, I can write this entire statement under this area so that I can reduce like anything the coding. These are all called master in the programming. It will come only because of practicing. That's all. I will enter 23. 23 is prime. Within one single line I write. How can I write that lines very perfectly like that? Because coding means ultimate. The type of things, if you have the skill, you can do wonders. So here only n, and I'm taking based on my result. I'm writing ternary operator in the printing statement itself. These are all varieties of coding segments. I think it is more clear, right? So today, I think you are understanding the meaning of what transfer flow statement. Control of PVM changes from one part of the program to another part of the program. So there are four transfer flow statements. Break statement only discussed today. Actually, I want to complete continue also, but I will stop it at break statement itself, and don't miss for. I'll stop it, and tomorrow so many students are absent today. I'll go for Monday class. Continue statement I will explain. Past keyword already I used in the class. Continue statement don't miss it. Monday class I will continue. Okay, carry on, practice the examples. Online students, I hope it is more clear. If any doubts are there, you can hold on. I'll clarify your doubts. I'll clarify your doubts. You hold on if any such doubts are there.